Hi, Scott Bruder here. So it's been a while since I've done a video, and my videos are all over the place because I'm all over the place, working on a lot of different things at a lot of different times, and I'm doing scottb.ca as a full-time job now, so I'm at the beck and call of many industries, so it's lots of fun. So what I did was I was hopping around on eBay, and I had seen something that I knew about and something that I've seen other people do and other people had, yet I didn't have one. Um, so I ordered, or at least I bid, on a Game Boy Light from Japan. Any of those of you who don't know what Game Boy Light is, it's a Japan exclusive Game Boy, much like the Game Boy Pocket, a little bit bigger, but it has a electroluminescent backlight panel, so it's kind of like Timex Indiglo or whatever Casio calls their illuminator. Um, I thought it was awesome, and I was like, okay, I need to find one of these, and I don't want to spend a lot of money, so that makes it hard because looking on eBay, $200 gets you one. And I'm like, I'm not going to spend $200 on that. So I won an auction. I got it shipped to Canada. Of course, it came via DHL. FYI, I don't know any of you get shipments via DHL, but they're fast. They just always hit you with customs and duties and tariffs and all that other stuff. I don't know exactly why. If I shipped it like US Post or Canada Post or something else, I feel that you pay those up front. I don't know. So this is me opening it up for the first time. We all get to look at it together. This is probably going to be like a two-part video. The first part is going to be me opening it up, seeing how broken it is. Because yes, sorry, this one isn't new. This is a parts junk eBay thing. I figure I've got half enough ambition that I might be able to repair it. So let's get started. So opened up the box. Box came in good shape. We've got a chunk of Japanese newspaper. I don't know what it says. If any of you do, you're welcome to comment. I may try and translate it. Now I'm actually getting ready for dinner. Ooh, that'll be nice. And here is the item in question. I did go with the silver variant. Maybe I'll play some Pokemon Silver on it. Ooh. Now the ad looked really good. Like as good as something from 1997. That's like 18 years old. I have friends with kids that are older than that. But the lens looks good. I don't see any of that dead, rotty screen going on there. No black kind of blotches on the edges. I don't see any burn marks. It was part of the reason why I thought, oh, maybe I can deal with this. Buttons are all in good shape. There's some wear, looks like some weather damage on the front. The sticker on the back looks great. The cartridge slot looks actually very unworn. Like I have reshelled Game Boys that have more wear on that back panel than this has. As you guys may or may not know, the Game Boy Light does something that I wish they did with the Game Boy Pocket. It uses two AA's like the Game Boy Color as opposed to two AAA's like the Game Boy Pocket. Looking at this, like I don't know if that's rot or if the person changed the batteries more than they actually played the system. Okay. I know all of you want to know. Let's take a look at the battery compartment, right? That tells the whole story. Back of the cover, kind of grody, but okay. And let's see if we can kind of zoom in there. So that negative terminal is blue. We all know that's a sign of corrosion. Positive terminal's actually pretty clean. Battery compartment's kind of gross. It's got some dirt, some brown gunk. Blah. The terminals on this plate side, they're pretty rotty. This one looks like it's been scratched up a bit. I don't know why. The spring on the negative terminal is kind of rough. Now, from what I've read, and correct me if I'm wrong, that plate here can be replaced with the battery terminals from a Game Boy Color. So I might actually have some kicking around because I buy extra parts. All the screws look good. The screws actually don't even look like they've been removed. So that is what I hoped, right? Like when it comes to getting systems that I have to repair, knowing that nobody else has been in it before I have makes it feel a whole lot better. Oh, there's a pry mark right there on the bottom corner of the case. Yeah, because once somebody has kind of gone in, like who's to say what they've done? Focus, lock. So yeah, there's a pry mark here. Working around our way. This side looks good. Volume wheel seems to roll well. The game port actually looks super clean. Let's see if we can get an extra light on that. That port actually looks really good. And we'll go around the top. A little scratch there. Ooh, there's some more pry marks. The 3-position switch, check that out. Off, on, and light. It's very clicky. Feels good. That's good. There's a couple scuffs on the screen right there, but I'm not too worried. So we've got some pry marks here. I'm not too worried about pry marks. Pry marks actually aren't that bad because it means maybe nobody opened it. I'm going to pretend to take a look down in there to see what the cartridge slot looks like. Work our way down the other side. Contrast wheel turns. The rest of it actually looks really good. All right, well, what I'm going to do, this is kind of what I wanted to see because I have no clue, is how not working is it? Right? Because normally when I get a Game Boy, I'll throw some batteries in it, I'll turn it on, and I look for the light, I look for the screen, I listen for the ding, and then I go from there, right? No ding, no speaker, no screen, no whatever, no power light, no whatever. I also listen for the pop of the speaker when you turn it on and off. And of course, you can listen for the whine, but I know the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy Pocket, at least the good ones, the ones that aren't failing, they don't whine much from the speakers. But if we go back and look at like the DMGs, DMGs, oh, I really want to find a DMG that doesn't have that whine in it, where you put it on and you hear the squeal. I'm in my early 40s right now, but I can still hear that squeal, that ugh. Comment on if that grates you as much as it grates me. Okay, so let's turn off the extra light, and let's see what happens when we turn it on. Well, we get a power light, but nothing on the screen. And we'll turn it to the Indiglow, the electroluminescent mode. Oh, it's actually working. Let's turn off the overhead light here. So the electroluminescent works. That's freaking awesome. The screen looks great. Off the screen, but on still the system, and then off the system. Okay, well, let's crank up the volume and see if we hear a pop when it comes on. I don't hear anything. I didn't hear a ding. Nothing. Just in case I had the volume all the way down as opposed to all the way up. Can't remember which way's up or down. Normally, you just adjust the volume when you're listening. Okay, let's try it again. No whine. No pop turning it on or off. Well, it's officially, as they said, it's dead. Okay. Those Primarks, those are not in a good spot. If someone went and like started jamming in there, they could have busted up the ribbon cable. But if they busted up the ribbon cable, it would have still made that popping sound, you know, when the speaker goes. Okay, so I'm going to keep with this video. We're not going to edit it out. I am going to open it up inside and we'll take another look. And if any of you want to inspect the quality of that sticker while I get the screwdriver out, feel free to do so. And of course, you know, don't feel bad. I use my cheap little tri-wing screwdrivers that come with the screen replacement kits all the time. So even though the battery compartment's dirty, I'm going to keep it out and I'm going to put my screws in there. Anticipation, like I really want to see, like that screw's in mint condition. Like normally there's like pocket lint in each one of these holes. Not here. Let's just hope that this was, I don't even know, one bad corroded battery in like 1998 and the thing had been sitting in a drawer ever since. That'd be kind of fun. If you guys have had any adventures with the Gameboy Lights, let me know. And of course, just like the Game Boy Pocket, and I can't remember the color. I think most Game Boys only have 6 screws. 2 in the battery compartment, and then the 4 on the back. Remember the first time ooh, that plastic, because there's a little bit of plastic on there. Oh, that's the corrosion from the battery. I'm just going to not put that with the rest of them. Maybe we'll give that a wash. And the other one. First Game Boy I ever opened up. I took out the 4 screws on the back. I didn't think about the ones in the battery compartment. Now, I was smart and took the batteries out first, but I didn't take the back off, right? So the battery cover was there, and I snapped it. I ripped the 2 screws right out of the posts. I feel bad for that DMG. It's long since gone, but hey, I tried it. Okay, it's the moment of truth. I don't even know if I should like wide camera or whatever on this. I'm gonna go back one step on my camera here as I open it. You guys are seeing this the first time I'm seeing it. Ooh. Maybe there's a reason why. Oh, ha! I forgot one screw. It's like maybe the reason the Primarks are there is because someone, you know, couldn't open it. Come on, last screw. There we go. Pa-pa-pa. Slightly magnetized. Now, I could speak volumes about magnetized screwdrivers around computers, but we don't need to talk about that. Okay, let's go back to this, the moment of truth. Whoever decides they want to start editing my videos for me, please add some, like, epic music here, but I'm probably not going to do it. I don't know if I want to look. I can't see anything you guys can't see. So we don't even know what the board looks like until right now. Don't spoil it. Let's take a look at the back plate. That's actually not too bad. Okay. Oh my gosh. Well, I can officially say that I'm very sad. And if any of you want to know why, I'll let you comment. This is now known as an epic fail. I don't even know if I can fix this. I don't even know how I want to go about fixing it. Let's zoom in, and we'll save the sadness for the end. Any of you watching and who've commented already, feel bad. Okay, so looking at the bottom here, we've got A little bit of corrosion on the negative terminal. It's gone and dripped down around the capacitors. And then once we get past that, the board looks pretty good. We've got a little bit of damp goo down here. And we'll go up a little further. We got some crap on the wheel, some garbage on that wheel. We got the CPU, the same one that's in the pocket. And there you can see the problem kind of coming in. The connector for the screen is literally somebody stabbed right through the top and into the connector. And like that looks like a flathead. Like they stabbed in and they twisted. That's rough. Look at that. And the ribbon cable, of course, is also just destroyed. Well, let's take the power switch out. Now, the part that kind of interests me is that it didn't even ding. So was that because of the capacitors? Or maybe the board's dead. Who knows? Okay, well, let's break out my little Phillips screwdriver. And we'll go from there. I'm just going to clean up some space. Kind of sad. If any of you feel sad for me, let me know. So, on the PCB, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I think that's just the 4 screws down at the bottom that hold the main board onto the front side. Look at that, 1997 Nintendo. Okay. And the good thing is, once you get past the security screws on the inside, it's all Phillips. A lot better than slot head. Now this little screwdriver here is not magnetized. I use this on a lot of the computer projects I use. You don't want to be magnetizing components, but there's enough grounding and design these days that you probably won't damage a PCB with a magnetized screwdriver. Oh, this is the green one. This one here might fall apart when I twist. Let's put a lot of down pressure on this, and then once it starts turning, let it come up. Put that little corrode screw to the side. And there's the PCB. It's got a bunch of goo on it. There's the terminals for the light. A lot of goo up there by that controller. By the looks of it, whoever I bought this from was buying them and fixing them, because these are definitely solder, hot solder blobs from something recent. So I feel like that transformer was reattached or replaced. Like, is that OEM? I don't even know. Someone will have to tell me if that is a official Nintendo voltage transformer. Now, looking here, I feel like there's a lot of weird stuff happening behind this screen. So we've got the ribbon cable. You got the electroluminescent panel. Now the cool thing is, maybe Maybe I can cheat. Maybe I can take some parts from a pocket, as well as that electroluminescent panel. Focus. And I can make it work. Do I even have a pocket screen? I'll let you guys stare at that while I go see if I have a pocket screen. I do have a pocket screen. I don't even know if the pocket screen is a direct replacement. Put it in the comments if any of you have done this before. I'd love to learn from everybody else's adventure. Look at that. I'm pretty darn excited because it looks like the pocket screen and the Gameboy Light screen are very, very, very similar. Let's zoom in here. That says M1082. This one also says M1082. Maybe it's the same screen. Look at that. They look very similar. Honestly, if a transplant gets me video, I'm gonna be very happy. But the question is it just the screen? Just looking in here to see if there's any shorts. Focus. Come on, you piece of junk. Let's lock that in place. Nope. So it's pretty rough, but you can see where the contacts were. I may need a PCB to donate from. I don't know if I have a spare pocket that I can take this connector. Maybe it's a connector I can get aftermarket. Who knows? Okay. The fact that I don't hear a ding makes me very sad. But aside from that, like the board looks really, really good. Actually, you know what I should do? Maybe it's just a bad screen and a bad speaker. Maybe, just maybe. Now, can anyone mention if you need to have a functional screen in order for the thing to boot? So sorry, back to my random rant. Maybe the speaker's dead too. And if it's a bad speaker and a bad screen, maybe the motherboard's fine and I just have to replace the video connector. Okay, I have at my disposal a set of speakers that maybe we can test, and that's a pretty grody, corroded item. Okay, so we got that, we got that, we got that. Let's turn it on while it's connected to the speakers and see if it makes any noise. I hear a pop. I heard a pop on my speakers. Well, now I'm not even getting a light on it. That's so weird. Oh, it dinged! So, my initial analyses, and please comment on what you think. My initial analysis is that this Game Boy Light has been abused by somebody who jammed in a screwdriver through the top and messed up the ribbon cable for the screen and the connector for the ribbon cable. But the main board is fine, and all I need to do is fix the connector and take a donor Game Boy Pocket screen to install with the electroluminescent backlight panel. There's that backlight panel. Now, the last test I want to do before I put this away and end and let everybody comment, so I'm going to turn this off, and I want to see if I put a game in here, will it load and start playing the game music? Right? Because that means that it boots right? Comments. I hope you guys can hear this. Ready? Dun dun dun. So let me know if this is a project I might be successful at, or if it's something where I should wash my hands right away. I appreciate everybody who watches. If anyone wants to edit this down into something great, let me know. My next video will probably be me cleaning the PCB on this and seeing if I can source the parts for a replacement of the connection port for the screen. Thank you much for watching. Bye, everybody.